Have you ever had a door slammed in your face and then realized it was the best thing that could have happened? Today we're going to talk in depth about how to turn rejection around. It was based on the work of the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius. Picture a world where every no doesn't hold you back, but instead moves you forward. Turning down. A word that hurts you can help you reach success, not to trick fate, but to understand that the universe's no is sometimes a secret yes to something bigger. So, do you feel like you're being forgotten, overlooked, or undervalued? Now is the time to change the story. In this video, we'll break down 13 important lessons that will help you use the power of being turned down. We're not just talking about ideas. You can use these techniques in your everyday life because they are useful and real. Let's make sure that as many people as possible hear this knowledge before we start. Press the like button to make the bell go off. It lets YouTube know that you like what we're posting. Let's begin this trip that will change our lives together. Get ready to make the most of the times you've been turned down. Number 1, ignore them as well. When people don't care about you in real life, do not back down. Get above it. It's not rude to ignore people who ignore you. It says a lot about how much you value yourself. Think about this. Someone doesn't want to spend time with you. It's not your loss, but theirs. You're telling me I'm worth more by not engaging. It's the same as looking them in the mirror and showing them that your behavior doesn't change you. The question is how to do this without becoming angry. Just think about your life, your goals, and being happy. Get involved in things that make you happy. Be it reading about sports, getting better at something, or just having fun with people who care about you. It's not about getting back at someone. It's about getting your energy back and putting it to good use. It hurts when someone doesn't pay attention to us, but we shouldn't dwell on that pain. Use it to help your business grow. They won't care about you if you build a wall of self-respect around you. You're not just getting by. They're turning down. You're doing great anyway. This behavior doesn't just show that you're emotionally grown up. It shows how strong you are inside. Remember that the fact that someone can't see your worth doesn't make you less valuable. Be true to who you are and let your actions talk louder than theirs. For your mental and emotional health, it's important to ignore harmful people or things that are bad for you. It's a way to protect yourself from worry and bad things that happen for no reason. Energy conservation. Dealing with negative people often takes your energy and makes you feel worn out. You can save your mental and emotional energy for more useful and satisfying activities if you choose to avoid toxic people or situations. Focus on your goals and priorities. Ignoring distractions will help you stay on track with your plans and goals. It keeps you from getting sidetracked by drama or bad things that don't make your life better. Maintain inner peace. Ignoring bad things will help you keep your mental stability and inner peace. It helps you keep a good attitude and deal with problems in a strong and clear way. Set limits. Ignoring bad behavior makes your limits stronger and makes it clear that you won't stand for disrespect or negativity. It gives you the power to make your surroundings healthier for you and the people around you. First, don't pay attention to them either. People are always giving us their thoughts, criticisms, and negative things to think about. Learning how to ignore certain voices or impacts can help you grow and be happy. Ignore them. As well doesn't mean ignoring helpful criticism or different points of view. It means understanding when interacting with them is pointless or bad for your health. This principle tells people to put their mental and emotional health first by actively avoiding harmful people, situations, or thoughts. If you choose to ignore bad things, you take back control of your energy, attention, and inner peace. This lets you do well, even when life is hard. It's possible to live a more rewarding and powerful life by setting limits and protecting your mental resources. Number 2, don't show your feelings. It can hurt to be turned down, which can make you want to act out and let your feelings run wild. But there is a secret tool that Stoics use. They stay calm. Sometimes when someone brushes you off, you might want to let your anger or sadness take over. Stoicism is a theory that is just as useful now as it was in ancient Greece. It gives us a different way to live. It means giving a calm, well-thought-out answer. This isn't about hiding how you feel. It's about not letting them rule you when they don't pay attention to you. Don't get angry or look for approval. Instead, take a step back. Ask yourself, what's wrong with this? We often feel the most hurt when we're not rejected, not when we are rejected. At this point, we need to get real. People are ignoring you. Take deep breaths. Think about why this moment doesn't define you, just for a moment. Stoicism tells us to pay attention to what we do and how we react, not what other people do. Be nice then. Be nice. If you want to reach out, do so out of genuine care, not expectation. Being passive isn't the point of this method. It's about taking charge of your feelings. That you know your worth isn't based on other people's approval. How you react gives you power, not how other people treat you. That changes everything. It's not easy to adopt this way of thinking, but it changes everything. When you can stay calm when someone turns you down, there's more going on than just a tough situation. You are changing. You're learning that your inner peace doesn't depend on what other people think of you. You learn to value yourself on your own as you work on building your self-confidence. You really show how strong and tough you are by doing this. Also, guess what? That is really beautiful. People are drawn to confident people. People who don't give up at the first sign of boredom. You're not just dealing when you stay calm. You're doing great. You are changing into someone who can handle being turned down and use it as a chance to grow. That's the way of the calm. Number 3, get them out of your thoughts. When being turned down. When you learn how to detach, you have a strong tool at your disposal. You shouldn't try to forget or act like the rejection didn't hurt. It's about turning that experience into something that changes things. Recognize that you were turned down and feel its effects, but don't let it hold you back like a skilled sailor in rough seas. Do not let the waves flip over your boat. Instead, use them to move you forward. A change in viewpoint is needed to transform rejection. Think of rejection not as a problem that you can't get past, but as a sign that points you in a new direction. Do things that make you feel good and help you see new things. Start reading a book that makes you think. Join a sport that pushes you, or help out with a community project that will give you a new view. These are not just things to look at. You can use them to learn more about yourself and grow. Each new event shapes you in a way that makes you stronger and more flexible. Also, build a group of good vibes. Spend time with people who make you feel good and give you ideas. Talk about your goals and listen to what they have to say. These kinds of exchanges make a space where everyone can grow. Remember that being turned down doesn't mean you're not good enough. It's a call to find yourself again and start over as you go through this trip. You'll see that what seemed like a painful rejection was really a push in the right direction. Get them out of your thoughts is an idea meant to help people deal with unwanted or bad thoughts that might be getting in the way of their health or work. Here is a short summary and 5 important lessons. We often have thoughts that aren't helpful, that make us feel bad, or that take our attention away from what we're doing. These thoughts can be anything from doubt and worry about oneself to dwelling on the past or being scared about what might happen in the future. But thinking about these things over and over again can make you more stressed, less productive, and less mentally healthy generally. Get them out of your thoughts is a proactive way to deal with these kinds of thoughts, focusing on ways to recognize them, question them, and finally disconnect from them in order to have a healthier mind and a better view on life. Acceptance and awareness. The first thing you need to do to deal with unwanted thoughts is to be aware of them. Accept that these feelings are there without judging them or being hard on yourself. Acceptance doesn't mean you agree with the thoughts. It just means you see them for what they are and don't let them shape who you are or how you act. Having doubts about the validity, question whether bad or irrational thoughts are true. Check to see if these thoughts are based on facts or if they are just guesses or false beliefs. Most of the time, these thoughts aren't based on facts, but on cognitive biases or false fears. Cognitive restructuring. Get rid of negative thoughts and replace them with more realistic and healthy ones. Find different ways of looking at things that are more powerful or helpful. For example, instead of saying, "I'll never succeed," say, "I may face problems, but I've dealt with them before and I can do it again." Mindfulness and distraction. Mindfulness techniques can help you focus on the current moment and let go of thoughts that are bothering you. Pay attention to your breathing, how your body feels, or the things around you. Do things that will keep your attention and keep you from dwelling on negative thoughts. Self-care and self-compassion. Be kind to yourself when you're upset or doubting yourself. Be kind to yourself the way you would a friend who is going through the same things you are. Do things for yourself that are good for your physical, emotional, and mental health, like hobbies, exercise, socializing, or learning how to rest. You can build more resilience, emotional balance, and mental clarity by applying these lessons to your everyday life. This will give you the power to handle and get rid of unwanted thoughts more effectively. Number 4, show what you're worth. It hurts to be turned down, but it shows how strong you are. Instead of giving up, see it as a chance to show how tough you are. The next time you get sidestepped in a meeting or passed over for a raise, take a deep breath. Avoid making a storm of self-pity or anger. Instead, use that energy to do something good. Take on a job that shows off your skills, or offer to lead a new project. Other people's mistakes don't make you less valuable. It's a chance to shine even better. Even though there is a chance of being fired, remember the old proverb, "When one door closes, another opens." That's not just talk for no reason. It's a plan for what to do. Rejection doesn't mean you're not worth anything. It's a change of direction to where you're more wanted. You might be being pushed towards something that fits your skills and interests better if you don't get the part you wanted. Use this as a reason to look again and get back on track. What do you do best? How can you change things to make the most of them? It has to do with writing your own success story, where every failure is a chance to make things right. This isn't about putting on a smile when you're sad. It's about being open to all of your feelings and then going on with grace. Stoicism tells us to think about the things we can control, like how we act and behave when we are turned down. Show respect for other people and for yourself. That coworker who forgot about you might be dealing with their own insecurity. Don't see understanding as a sign of weakness. See it as proof of your power. Learn from these things. Think about them. Find out. Then, like a phoenix, get up from the ashes of being turned down, stronger and smarter than before. So, being turned down isn't the end of your story. It's a story twist that forces you to become the most honest and strong version of yourself. It's true, face the knowledge of old age and the vitality of youth head-on, and watch as it goes from being your biggest fear to being your best friend in personal growth and success. Number 5. Stop talking to them. Silence is more than just not hearing anything. It can really help you when you're feeling down, especially when you've been turned down. Think about being ignored or turned down. Your gut might tell you to fix it, reach out, and close that gap. But this is where you change things. Accept silence. It's not about having fun. It's about getting your power back when you don't act. Not to send or receive too many messages or calls. You are moving backwards. This break isn't just for them. It's time for you to level off. Remember that your worth isn't based on what other people think of you. Let's find out more. This quiet doesn't mean nothing. It's ongoing and planned. Waiting is not what you do. You're thinking and getting better. Now is the time to get back to your life, your goals, and your interests. You can think of it as a reset button that makes you strong and clear. This time of not talking to each other is not mean or cold. It's a line you draw to protect your mental health. It means I value myself too much to beg or chase. This way of thinking isn't just silent. It gives you power. It eventually says a lot about your confidence and sense of self-worth. Please think about the message you're sending in silence. In a world where people expect answers right away, your silence can be interesting or even beautiful. Having a lot of hobbies and things that are important to you shows that you're not easily swayed. Besides this rejection, it's not about making them feel bad or making them crawl back. It's about showing that you're strong, focused, and not easily swayed by what other people say. This method won't guarantee that they'll change how they act, but it will guarantee that you will change how you act, making you stronger, more centered, and ready to handle whatever comes next with grace and poise. Number 6. Show them they're wrong. The art of rejection isn't just about showing other people they're wrong. It's also about showing yourself what you can really do. It has to do with changing. Don't put fuel for growth in it. Let's say someone doesn't believe you can do a certain job or skill. Now is your chance to get better at that. Not to get their praise, but to push yourself further. Learn as much as you can. You will get so good at it that you won't even believe it if you keep practicing. The critics aren't going to get a big surprise here. It's about building a strong wall of confidence and ability in a quiet way. Now think about how your deeds, not your words, will affect people. You don't have to tell everyone about your plans or success. Say what your results say. If people think you're not creative, do something that shows how creative you are. If someone calls you uncommitted, let your constant actions show them what you mean. This quiet revolution of self-improvement isn't a fight against how other people see you. It's a quest for personal greatness. The story people tell about you changes when you change. This is the heart of proving them wrong. Lies not in changing their minds, but in changing how you see yourself. Not only will your journey to self-improvement surprise others, it will also change the way you think about what you can do. It's not enough to just show them they're wrong. You have to change your idea of what is right. The biggest victory on this journey is realizing that the only approval that counts is the one you give yourself. It can be hard to tell someone they're wrong, but it's sometimes important, especially when false information or misunderstandings can cause bad things to happen. But it's important to go into the situation with understanding, respect, and a readiness to have a productive conversation. It's not necessary to prove yourself right when you tell someone they're wrong. Instead, it should be about helping both of you grow and understand each other better. Empathetic listening. To start, really hear what the other person has to say. Figure out how they came to their conclusion and what ideas they held in order to do so. Understanding their point of view can help you connect with them and set the stage for a polite discussion of your ideas. Use proof and logic. When you make your counter-argument, don't rely on feelings or personal attacks. Instead, use proof, facts, and logical reasoning, giving solid proof from trustworthy sources can help clear up misunderstandings and promote critical thinking. Instead of telling someone they're wrong, help them think critically. Ask them deep questions that make them think about their views and the strength of their arguments. Tell them to look at things from different points of view and objectively weigh the facts. Respectful communication. Keep a polite and non-confrontational tone throughout the conversation. Don't put down or ignore the other person's point of view. Doing so can make them protective and resistant. Don't attack the person personally. Instead, focus on the problem at hand. Offer solutions and other options. Instead of ending the conversation by telling the other person they were wrong, give them helpful feedback and suggest other points of view or ways to solve the problem. Help them see what their misunderstandings mean and lead them to make better decisions or take better actions. If you follow these tips, you'll be able to show someone they're wrong in a talk with tact, empathy, and a focus on growth and understanding for both sides. Number 7. Have fun outside. The most beautiful parts of life shine through when we leave our comfort zones. Being joyful is more than just having fun. It's a smart move to make things more resilient when someone turns you down. The normal response is to pull away and stew in how bad the experience was. But wait, there's more. Defeat that urge by choosing to look for happiness. This isn't about ignoring how you feel. It's about giving them a new place to play, whether that's a new sport or a return to an old favorite. The act itself is a statement of resistance against the weight of being turned down. People need to connect with each other, and having shared memories is very powerful. Remember how valuable your group is as you learn how to deal with rejection. Get your friends together for a hike. Take part in a group art project or just eat together. These times of connecting with others do more than just make you feel better. They remind you of your place in the web of human relationships. It's easy to forget that you are more than the sum of your problems when you laugh or tell a story. You are a part of a bigger story that lives on connection and strength in numbers. The real magic takes place here. Take a step into the unknown. It can feel like a door is closed when you're turned down, but in fact it opens many more. Try a type of food you've never had before. Go to a neighborhood you haven't been to before. Or go to a class on something you don't know much about. These things aren't just distractions, they're chances to get better. Every new experience gives you more depth as a person, making you more flexible, understanding, and ready to handle life's surprises. Don't forget that the goal is to grow from the loss, not to forget about it. Using each note as a way to get to a fuller, more interesting life. In the busy world we live in now, it's easy to get stuck in the daily grind of work, tasks, and duties. But even though we're all busy, it's important to remember how important it is to have fun. Doing things you enjoy not only gives you a break from your daily routine, but it also has many health benefits for your body, mind, and emotions. Relaxation and stress. Relief. Having fun and going out with friends helps us relax and deal with stress. Doing things you enjoy, like hanging out with friends, exploring nature, or working on a hobby, can help lower cortisol levels and make you feel more relaxed, which is good for your general health. Increased creativity and productivity. Taking breaks and doing fun things can very much increase creativity and productivity. When we take a break from things that stress us out at work, our minds can recharge and come back with new ideas and views. Stronger relationships. Spending time with friends and family and having fun together makes connections stronger. Laughing together over dinner, playing games, or going on trips together are all fun things that make memories and strengthen relationships. Better mental health. When you do fun things, your body creates endorphins, which are chemicals that make you feel good. These chemicals can help people who are depressed or anxious. Going out and having fun also gives you chances to meet new people, which can help you feel less lonely and improve your general mental health. Physical health benefits. Moving around is a fun part of many hobbies, like dancing, hiking, and sports. To keep a healthy weight, lower your chance of chronic diseases, and improve your heart health, you need to do a lot of physical activity every day. Being outside also lets us enjoy the sun, which raises our vitamin D levels and helps keep our bones healthy. In conclusion, it's important to put work and tasks first, but it's also important to find time for fun and relaxation. Having fun isn't just a nice thing to do, it's an important part of living a healthy and satisfying life. Don't forget to make time for fun in your life, whether it's going to new places, trying new things, or just spending time with people you care about. Your mind, body, and friends and family will be grateful. Number 8. Build your social status. Imagine that no one is paying attention to you in a room. This is where your secret chance is. As Stoics teach us, times of rejection can be used to make us better people. This isn't about climbing a social ladder. Instead of looking for approval, work on improving yourself and getting involved in your community. It's about moving up the ladder of personal growth. Working out, trying new hobbies, or moving up in your job aren't just things you have to do. They're tools you can use to make yourself stronger and more resilient. You might want to share your journey not to get praise, but to connect with other people. When you talk about your hobbies or accomplishments, use them to connect with people who can relate to your story. This isn't a plan to get people to follow you. It's a genuine attempt to find people with similar values by helping or networking. You're not just making your resume longer, you're putting together a web of important connections. Stoic theory, which says that personal growth and doing good for others go hand in hand, is where this way of thinking comes from. As you raise your social standing, the purpose is very important. It's not a quest for fame. There are steps you can take to become a better person. Every move you make should be a step in the right direction. This shift in viewpoint is very important because it has a positive effect on the whole community. It isn't about being seen. You can see your own growth and help other people grow at the same time. This Stoic way of thinking is very useful in today's world. It can turn the wave of rejection into a strong wave of positive change. In the world we live in now, where everything is linked, social status is very important. People's opinions of us, our chances of success, and our general health are all affected by it. Building and keeping a good social status isn't just about being famous on the surface. It's also about making real connections, growing as a person, and doing good things in the community. This book, Being Real, is important. To have a high social standing, you need to be truly authentic. Accept that you have unique skills, hobbies, and values, and let them show in the way you interact with other people. People are drawn to people who are real and honest, and building your social standing on being honest will help you make deeper connections and earn respect from others. Learn to genuinely care about others. To build strong relationships and a good image, you need to have empathy and compassion. Listen carefully, take the time to understand other people's points of view, and be there for them when they need it. By truly caring about other people, you'll earn their trust and respect, which will raise your social standing. Always learn and get better. Personal growth is an ongoing process that has a big impact on your social standing. Always be interested in new things, look for new situations, and push yourself to learn and improve your skills. Showing that you're committed to growth and self-improvement will motivate others and earn you respect and admiration in your social group. Give your time and resources away freely. Being kind to others is a great way to rise in social status. Giving others a hand, sharing your knowledge and skills, or backing causes you believe in are all examples of acts of generosity that show you want to make the lives of others better. You'll build stronger relationships and become known as someone who makes a difference in the world if you give your time and resources away for free. Be honest and take responsibility for your actions. Being honest and responsible are important if you want to build and keep trust in your relationships. Make sure you keep your word, take responsibility for what you do, and always act in an honest way. Being honest and responsible will earn you respect and praise from those around you, which will boost your social status. Building your social status isn't about getting other people to like or approve of you. It's about making real connections, growing as a person, and making the world a better place. You can improve your social standing and live a more worthwhile life by being honest, caring, learning new things all the time, being generous, honest and responsible. Number 9. Act like they're not there. If someone is ignoring you, sometimes the best thing you can do is be quiet. It's not about being cold or small. Remember to keep your own peace. Let someone ignore you if they want to. Do not bother trying to get their attention or start a chat. Instead, turn your attention to something else in a social setting, like a party. This could mean going to someone who enjoys being with you. Bring up the subject there. Understanding that your worth is not based on what other people say about you is what it's all about. In situations where you have to talk to this person, be professional and keep chats short and to the point, without getting too personal. This isn't about being there for them. It's about being there for yourself and keeping things businesslike. You are not making room for trouble that isn't needed. It means I'm here for the important stuff, not the play. This way of doing things helps you keep your mind on what's important, which keeps you grounded and unaffected by indifference. In the end, if the neglect continues, take advantage of the power of leaving. This is not a loss, it's a getaway for planning. It's about realizing that you should put your energy into things and people that make you happy and help you grow. You're not just getting past someone when you decide not to get into a one-sided fight. You're going toward more positive experiences, better chances, and a calmer state of mind. Your reaction to someone not caring is not a sign of failure. It shows how strong and proud you are of yourself. Number 10. Don't say anything to them. It's not about getting the upper hand to stay quiet when no one cares. It has to do with keeping your pride. Stoicism tells us that silence should not be used to hurt or trick others, but as a way to think about ourselves and take control of our emotions. If someone ignores you and you don't say anything back, use that time to think about yourself. Now is the time to figure out how you feel, sort through your thoughts, and get clear. The goal is not to punish the other person. It's about keeping your peace of mind. There is a huge chance for personal growth in this silence. There's no need to shut down. It's about letting yourself in. Stoicism ISM tells us to think about our virtues, our beliefs, and how we want to interact with the world during these times. We can ask ourselves, why does this bother me? What does this teach me? How can I get bigger? Being quiet like this is helpful, not harmful. Now is the time to strengthen your character and make sure that your actions are in line with your values. Do not speak up unless you are sure it is the right thing to do for your own well-being and clarity. It's a choice not to do things that are beneath you, like lying, getting back at someone, or being petty. Choose not to react instead, which is a sign of stoicism and a call for moderation and self-control. You're not just ignoring them. You're paying close attention to yourself. Focusing on your own journey and living up to the Stoic ideal of calmness in the face of trouble are all things you can practice. Number 11. Don't beg for attention. When people don't care about you, don't beg for attention. To be silent, you shouldn't try to get attention. You should be sure of your own freedom and sense of self-worth. If someone ignores you, that doesn't mean you need to perform brighter to get their attention. It's instead a chance to look inside and remind yourself of how valuable you are. Stoicism tells us that other people's attentions shouldn't swing our sense of self-worth. It's about having a strong sense of self-worth and not letting anyone change your mind. Follow your interests and hobbies with a heart full of independence. To make someone see what they're losing, it's not about showing off. Figure out what you bring to the table for yourself. Do the things that make you happy. Make friends with people who like you, and work on living a life that makes you happy. This is not an act of passivity. It means being fully present in your own life. Being so involved in your own growth and happiness makes the need for approval from other people seem less important. Instead of trying to get short-lived attention, you should focus on investing in yourself and making a life that you're happy with no matter what other people think. Let your self-assurance and confidence come from the things you've done well and grown as a person, not something you do to impress other people. Being reserved isn't just a way to deal with being turned down. Focusing on what really counts is the key to getting past it. Your own path to growth and happiness. It helps you become more determined and learn more about your own worth when you face failure. In the world we live in now, where everything is linked, social status is very important. People's opinions of us, our chances of success, and our general health are all affected by it. Building and keeping a good social status isn't just about being famous on the surface. It's also about making real connections, growing as a person, and doing good things in the community. This guide will go over 5 important lessons that will help you build your social status in a real and long-lasting way. Being real is important. To have a high social standing, you need to be truly authentic. Accept that you have unique skills, hobbies, and values, and let them show in the way you interact with other people. People are drawn to people who are real and honest, and building your social standing on being honest will help you make deeper connections and earn respect from others. Learn to genuinely care about others. To build strong relationships and a good image, you need to have empathy and compassion. Listen carefully. Take the time to understand other people's points of view, and be there for them when they need it. By truly caring about other people, you'll earn their trust and respect, which will raise your social standing. Always learn and get better. Personal growth is an ongoing process that has a big impact on your social standing. Always be interested in new things, look for new situations, and push yourself to learn and improve your skills. Showing that you're committed to growth and self-improvement will motivate others and earn you respect and admiration in your social group. Give your time and resources away freely. Being kind to others is a great way to rise in social status. Giving others a hand, sharing your knowledge and skills, or backing causes you believe in are all examples of acts of generosity that show you want to make the lives of others better. You'll build stronger relationships and become known as someone who makes a difference in the world if you give your time and resources away for free. Be honest and take responsibility for your actions. Being honest and responsible are important if you want to build and keep trust in your relationships. Make sure you keep your word, take responsibility for what you do, and always act in an honest way. Being honest and responsible will earn you respect and praise from those around you, which will boost your social status. Building your social status isn't about getting other people to like or approve of you. It's about making real connections, growing as a person, and making the world a better place. You can improve your social standing and live a more worthwhile life by being honest, caring, learning new things all the time, being generous, honest, and responsible. Number 12. Be kind, but keep your feelings far away. Even when somebody doesn't care. Pick to be kind in response, but keep your inner world strong. It's not about being cold, it's about keeping your peace of mind. It's normal to feel hurt or angry when someone avoids you. Stoicism, on the other hand, tells us not to react to these situations with anger or sadness, but to calmly smile, meet someone politely, or just wish them a good day. But don't do it with any demands on you. Your kindness is a present, not a deal. Building walls is not the same thing as keeping mental distance. It has to do with making lines. It means realizing that you can only control what you do and not how other people react. Being this far away doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're strong and respect yourself. You can choose not to let someone else's acts affect how you feel by being kind, but not attached. You mean I don't want to let your lack of interest throw off my balance? This method does more than just keep you safe. It gives you power. Being kind and not caring about other people is a strong example of Stoic wisdom through this path. It gives you the ability to treat others with kindness while still being true to your own feelings. You show respect for yourself and others by doing this. It also shows how mature and smart you are. This way, when people turn you down in life, you don't feel hurt or angry, but instead have a strong sense of inner peace and worth. Number 13. Don't reveal your struggle. If someone avoids you, don't show that you're having a hard time. It can be very tempting to show how hard things are for you. Stoicism, on the other hand, teaches us how to keep our cool. You shouldn't act like everything is okay. It's about being strong on the inside. It's not a trick to act like you're not affected. It shows how stable you really are inside. Keep living your life with the same drive and desire you had before. It's not a show for other people. It's a sign of how strong you are. This method isn't about hiding how you feel. Let them know you see them, but don't let them run your ship. Keep your cool and trust your own judgment. The point is to take charge of what you can, what you do, how you react, and how you act. You're not just showing off your strength when you go on with your life with confidence. You're telling yourself that again. It's a subtle but strong way to say that your sense of self-worth is separate from what other people do or say. By keeping your problem a secret, you're basically following the Stoic theory of emotional strength. It's not about hiding how you feel. It's about dealing with them in a way that keeps your pride and honor. As a sign of your knowledge and honesty, it shows that you are rooted in your own character and not swayed by outside events. When someone turns you down, your reaction is seen by everyone. It's a mirror that shows how strong and stable you are. We went on a trip through the twists and turns of reverse psychology together and learned 13 powerful lessons on how to use rejection to your advantage. Do not forget. Each getting a new face is not a way to become stronger, a lesson in being heroic, showing us how to use our inner power. Now I want you to push yourself to use these ideas in your everyday life. Accept failure not as a setback, but as a chance to learn more about yourself and grow. I can't wait to hear your success stories, so click that button to subscribe. Please click the bell and leave a comment below. If you can't think of what to say, share your journey, your good times, and even your bad times. To show that you've made it through our lesson, just type "strength in adversity." Your participation in this community keeps it going and helps us become smarter, more understanding, and most importantly, better at turning every problem into an opportunity. We should learn how to be patient and strong together. Keep calm. Thanks for watching.